in 1929 in a Cuban-American cigar factory in Florida, where cigars are still rolled by hand. The arrival of a new lector hired to read to the workers is met with excitement. However, his choice of novels awakens the passions of the workers with startling consequences. Here with more on the play Anna in the Tropics is Dagmar Garza, who plays Conchita, along with Brian Durden, who plays Palomo. Thanks for being with us this morning, guys. First of all, when I was reading this, lector, I had to look the word up. What is a lector?
A lector, back then, the workers would have somebody read to them while they work.
Okay.
And he would read novels, he would read the newspaper, so he would sort of bring that world, because some of the people were illiterate. They would never have been exposed to these things before, so he would come in and read to them.
It was
Really?
definitely an educational kind of thing.
Okay. So how does that tie into Anna in the Tropics?
Well, in our show, the lector comes from the island of Cuba, and he comes and brings a book called Anna Karenina from Tolstoy, and he starts reading it to him, and it kind of awakens this fiery, passionate, romance within the family. And what happens in the book is starting to be mirrored in the play, and so that's kind of...
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about this. So 1929, Cuba, obviously the Cuban cigar is, world-renowned. Tell us about the atmosphere in the world back in there and how it influences this story.
Well, the cigars are very important to the story. I mean,
Okay.
and back then Cuba was a very happening place. People went there all the time to party. It's full of life and passion, and that's what the characters are like. And hand-rolling cigars is important because it's a family tradition.
Okay.
It is essential to the Cuban culture. It's essential to the story because it's the poetry part of it. The cigars are used to emphasize different kind of themes in
Really?
the show.
Okay.
And hand-rolling cigars is, like I said, a tradition handed down for generations, and there's a conflict on should they keep rolling cigars by hand or should they be more modern and give in to these machines that are coming in.
Interesting. Okay, so it can work as a parable for something that much larger in terms of what society is doing. So tell us a little bit about your characters and how they fit into the story. Let's start with Conchita. Who is she?
Conchita, she is married to Palomo, and she really gives into the story of Anna Karenina. She listens to what they're doing, and she dreams of having a better life, the American dream, and having the same rights as men do. She doesn't want to stay stuck where she's at. She wants to have more out of life.
Okay, and what about Palomo? Who's he?
Palomo, he is Conchita's husband, and Palomo's just very macho, he's kind of fiery that way, and he ends up having a conflict with her throughout the whole show, and it's just a kind of like a romance, betrayal, and lust, and it's this whole big thing.
Now this play, correct me if I'm wrong, won the Pulitzer Prize in 2003?
Yes.
Is that right? So tell us, I mean, a story that happens in 1929 that is using Cuban cigars as kind of a parable for other things. Why is it relevant today? Why, in your opinion, obviously it's a well-written piece, but why is it so compelling in 2016, 2003?
Oh, well, the themes are so universal. I mean, and there's so many layers to it. That's why it won the Pulitzer for writing. That's what it won it for. And it layers these themes so wonderfully, and it has something for everybody. It gets down to your most basic human emotions about love and anger and passion, and these emotions that come up that you have to learn how to control and deal with. And the idea of tradition versus modernity is really important in the show.
Okay, so now this, to me, correct me if I'm wrong, sounds like a date night play. This is something you want to get a babysitter for. This
Oh,
is not for
absolutely.
kids.
No.
It's very sexy, it's very sensual, it's
Okay.
amazing.
So enjoy a nice dinner. Go catch Anna in the Tropics. Now, we opened this past weekend, you said, to a great opening, had a wonderful opening weekend. How many more weekends do we have, and where do we get tickets?
We have 3 more weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can get tickets on our website, DesertRosePlayhouse.net.
Okay.
And we're at Desert Rose Playhouse in the Northeast Heights, right
Okay.
off of Montgomery in Louisiana.
Fantastic. Yeah, very easy to find, guys. For more information about Anna in the Tropics, how you can get your tickets to see the show, head over to casa.com. We'll have links there. Guys, break legs with the rest of the run.
Thank you.
So
All
much.
right.